Hi guys, and welcome to Reading Bliss. My name is Maria, and you can find me on Ravelry, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, pretty much everywhere as Kiwi Ria. On Goodreads, I'm Maria M. Usually I use this podcast to talk about my love of knitting and of reading. However, today is a very special day. It's the Dewey's 24-hour readathon, so I will just talk about books today. Now, the 24-hour readathon is exactly what it says. 24 hours, you just sit and read, or however many of those 24 hours. If you can only make one, that's fine too. This will be my 9th readathon, and for the second time, I'll be joined by my mum and my sister. They joined me in October last year as well, and it turned out to be really fun to actually do this together with somebody else. Even if we're just sitting in separate corners of my couch, in my library, of course, reading each our own book, but it's just nice to companionable silence is always a very nice thing, and they're both equally big bookworms as I am, so we always have, or rather, last time we had lots of fun sharing this experience, so I'm expecting that to be the case today as well. It is just coming on 10:30, and since I'm in Denmark, the readathon starts at 2 p.m. and runs until 2 p.m. tomorrow, Sunday, April 26th, it must be. So I've spent the morning being active, since I'll be sitting down for 24 hours. I've been on my cross trainer, I've taken a shower, I'm just about to go out and prepare the crock pot so I have dinner ready without having to worry about that tonight. But I just wanted to do a quick podcast to update you with the books that I intend to read today. So, with no further ado, I have 2 graphic memoirs by Lucy Nestle. Not sure how to pronounce that, but that's what I'm going to go with. I just bought these last week and actually started one of them until a friend of mine commented, wouldn't this be a good book for a readathon? And I'm like, oh, yes it would, put it aside. So I've got these 2. So they're quick reads, since they are graphic, as you can see, pictures, not much text, so they're graphical memoirs. So I'll probably be saving these for either the late hours tonight or tomorrow just before it ends. If I have like an hour left and I've finished one book and I won't be able to read a full book, I can take these 2. Then I have The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. I'm actually not a huge Neil Gaiman fan. I've read 2 of his books. One, American Gods, I just thought was boring. Sorry. The other, Stardust, was alright, but I liked the movie better. Anyway, I was recommended this by somebody who said that it was a perfect Neil Gaiman book for somebody who didn't like Neil Gaiman. That fits me, so I'm going to give it a shot. And it's fairly short. It's 250 pages, something like that. So it'll be good readathon material. And I have a Murakami book called The Strange Library. I know absolutely nothing about this book. When I found it in the bookshop, it was actually wrapped, so I couldn't even open it. But I'm really fond of books that play with the media, and I love the fact that this had an actual old library card holder in it, and again, lots of pictures, not much writing. I'm curious. I'm really interested in seeing what this will be like. Again, short, I think it's 77 pages, something along those lines, so again, perfect readathon material. I've read one other Murakami book, Kafka on the Shore. Liked it, and found it really weird at the same time. I probably missed a lot of references by not being Japanese. Anyway, it's on my list. Next one is actually a reread, but it's been probably about 20 years, 15 at least, since I read it last. It's Finnish originally, so this is a Danish translation, but directly translated, the title is The Shadow of a Cloud. As far as I remember, it's a fairly straightforward young adult, albeit with a bit of a twist at the end. But like I said, it's been 15-20 years since I read it, not that I'm that old, but anyways. So I'm eager to revisit this. I have A Dip in the Ocean by Sarah Outen. I actually cheated and started this last night because I wanted to see if it's a memoir, and memoirs aren't always suitable for readathons, so I just wanted to see whether this would be. And it so is. It's really, really readable. And what I've read so far I love. So I might just start with this, since I've started it anyway, and it's always good to start the readathon with something that you're fairly sure will be a hit, just to give you that feeling of accomplishment, that the first book is one that you can actually plow through quite quickly. On the other hand, it's one of the longest books on my list. It's over 300 pages, 310 to be exact. And I also like to start with a shorter book, so I'm dithering. And if it's anything like the last couple of years, I will change my mind 20 times between now and the time the readathon actually starts, and then I will pick something I'd never even thought about. Which is also why on the table behind the iPad where I'm recording, there are about 20 other books. I have my Kindle with another 500 books. I have my trusty iPad with another 100 books, probably. So yeah, I'm not going to run out of reading material anytime soon. And it is, as always, it is good to have a couple of for me. Everybody's different. For me, it's good to have a couple of rereads ready for the readathon. And I find that YA fantasy is perfect, especially authors like Tamora Pierce and Anne McCaffrey. Anne McCaffrey, the Harper's Hall trilogy specifically. Dragon Singers is one of my all-time favourite books. But Tamora Pierce is also brilliant for readathons because her books are so quickly read. And it all depends what you want to do for the readathon. Personally, I prefer to have a lot of short books so I get that feeling of accomplishment to finish a book, put it aside. Other people use this time to actually hunker down with a chunkster, like a 600-700 page book, to actually get some real progress into that book. It all depends on what motivates you. I know what motivates me. After all, this is my 9th time. So, this is my stack of books. I usually read about 1,000 pages for the readathon, and this is less than that. So, yeah, I might actually get through all of these, especially as these two and the Macari book, not much text in those, so I'll actually get through all of these and a bit more. Or I will change my mind completely and go hunt the shelves for something totally different. It all depends on where my mood takes me, and I have learned not to question it. It's readathon, it's supposed to be fun. If I find that a book's a chore, I'm going to put it aside. This is not the time to read those books. My record so far has been 6 books and 1,197 pages. I'm not going to aim to beat that today. I'm just going to aim to have fun and make the most of it. So tell me if you're going to join the readathon as well. I'll be on Instagram and Twitter all day with the hashtag readathon. And come join me. It's lots of fun.